Dear Mr. Putin, I would just like to give you one suggestion, which is very important for the image of Russia, especially in the Balkan. It's a continuation of my message I sent you the other day, and I'm talking about one foundation, Vladimir Putin Foundation, that will help children and people who were completely destroyed by Clinton's attack of Balkan, and especially because of uranium-235, which damaged their life and everybody else. And that will make tremendously important influence on Russia and the politics of Russia in the Balkan. The foundation will be formed in Moscow, also in Vernik, because Vernik was one of the places which was the most damaged. There will be one branch, symbolically even, that I will be here. And also in New York. I'll speak with Donald Trump about that. I hope that he will definitely, I have some indication he will also agree about that. And then there will be put more attention what's happened to the Balkan, especially it's very important for you for a very important reason, Mr. Putin, that I know from a long time ago, and I wrote many times, and I put publicly in the various media, that the plan of the American and NATO is to create the army, Albanian army, and to start attacking Russian Union when they develop the war between the civil war that they already planned. And that's why one of the foundation of that kind will be fantastically important for you. I will also be willing to come to Moscow with my friend Ivan. In the letter that I sent you, you will see the first-hand how our army was completely destroyed, especially the Russian tanks, who were from the best steel made, and they were sold, could you imagine, 14 dinars a ton, because the 400 best quality of tanks was completely destroyed. And this is something what is unheard of, but we have a lot of biggest treason in our country, a lot of traitors, and it's something that I'm against. See, this is my topic that I suggest last time to Mr. Peskov and you, and also to Mr. Trump. This is about a traitor who is Mrs. Clinton. I'm sure that I will be able to prove it very soon. I'm already in touch with his son, and there's a big possibility somebody will come to Vernik to visit me here, and we can start this biggest affair in the history of the United States. Affair which explains Mrs. Clinton as the biggest traitor who sold the most valuable information in the world. I know by coincidence the person who introduced me to the source, which is the best source, and it's not only espionage, it's also big corruption affair that never appeared before in the United States, which involved also 60 senators and congressmen. They got money in Swiss banks, but especially also Caspar Weisberger, who is Secretary of State, and of course Vince Foster. Vince Foster was accused for espionage because they have very strong computers, and they could enter any computer in the world, including Russia, every intelligence in the world. And they found by one intelligence service $2.2 million input and output, which I indicated even in my message to Chief of CIA, Mr. Brennan, because this is something that should be never accepted, and definitely Mr. Brennan, and according to my source, which is absolutely number one, Mr. Brennan, CIA and NSA have fully knowledge that she's a traitor, and they didn't touch her. And also, they let her in arena with Donald Trump. This is something which is absolutely suicidal, because CIA and NSA will have a lot of damage when we'll find out what really happened, that she is a traitor. She was selling the secret, nobody likes people that are traitors. Nobody likes Oleg Kalugin, your general, or KGB, who is on every day on Russian television, on American television, speaking how to destroy you. He's the expert on Putin. And believe me, I was watching, while I was in the States, the reaction of the Americans who had been discussing about you're a big traitor, General Oleg Kalugin, which is the most incredible spy in the world. Okay, Mr. Putin, I wish we can meet. I might be coming very soon to Moscow, and I would like to discuss various matters, and I would very much like to help you. We need help on the Balkan because we'll be destroyed by Albanians on a daily basis, but we need one base nearby Niš and one base also in Republika Srpska, then we'll be safe. Also, you'll be able to cut this possibility of Albanian troops to enter your country, because that's something that, the same thing, same maneuver you did in Syria. You put your troops you fight out of Russia, and you made them crazy, and now this plan is destroyed, and they will find another way how to maneuver that. Also, it's very important for Serbia, because our Prime Minister Vučić was just the other day with the Clinton's Foundation. He was lobbying for Mrs. Clinton. He also gave our money, and we are poor like a mouse, for Mrs. Clinton. She doesn't have enough source of income, although all Wall Street and all business people and all bankers are behind Mrs. Clinton. So that's why, by that maneuver, when you have this foundation, that will be really something very special for the people to know, even Albanians. You see, Mr. Putin, even in Croatia, I read the Albanian newspaper that they said even that Russia is not member of UN, of European Community. Russian people are the only one country who helped tourism in Croatia, because they live out from tourism, because you save the fire in a big fire that happened in Croatia by your planes. People really very much appreciate it. I know the reaction of the Croatian people, that they hate the European Community, they hate NATO. And that's why, Mr. Putin, it's very important that we should meet together, we should form this foundation, who will be something very important for the future, and there will remain always people in various countries about the crime that Mr. Clinton and Mr. Clinton did to our people. I wish you everything good, and we should see us very soon, Mr. Putin. Thank you very much.